ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तं हदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय गुरवे शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादी नगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिरामविभृते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने। सर्वतंत्र स्वतंत्राय सदात्माद्वैतवेदिने श्रीमते शंकरार्याय वेदांत गुरवे नमः। योऽवतीर्ण इहाचार्य रूपेण यतीनामुदे श्रीमन्नारायणं वन्दे तं हरिं करुणानिधिं। मननाख्यं प्रकरणम् वासुदेव यतीश्वरे रचितं विस्तरेणाद्य संग्रहेण प्रकाश्यते। बालानामुपकाराय मम विज्ञानसिद्धये तत्र श्रीबालगोपाल कृष्णसन्निहितो भवेत्। ननु आत्मनः सजातीय विजातीय स्वगतभेदाः न सन्ति इति वक्तुं न शक्यते। So when it is said that Tattvamasi Mahavakya delivers Akhandartha, okay, Akhanda means that which is unbroken, one continuous, homogeneous. Then the question is that what is the meaning of the word Tattvamasi if is Atma? And this Lakshanam of Atma, the very distinguishing characteristic of Atma, of the self, that what is referred to you by the word I, means Sat Chidananda, which means existence, consciousness, and limitlessness, or Ananda means bliss. That Sukham, which does not have any limitations cast by time, space, and object. Okay. So now, when this is said, he raises a question that that how is it possible? How is it possible that the vakyam, the sentence, the statement would ever be able to show that what is akhandam? Because anything that is brought to you by a sentence will always be in parts. Rama goes to forest. This is a sentence, for example. And in that sentence, then there is Rama, there is forest, and then there is the action of Rama, which falls in the forest. Okay, of going. So where does that going culminate? Where is it? So that's why it becomes karma. Rama Vanam Gacchati. Rama becomes the karta. So Vanam is not Rama. Rama is not Vanam. Rama is not even the action of the forest, is not the action. So thus, anything that will be told to you, brought to you by a statement, बंद करना है. हाँ. पांचजन्यम ऋषिकेशः. The AC is blowing a conch in its way. So anything that is brought to you, any meaning that is delivered to you by, or any object that is illumined to you through the sentence will not be complete. Akhandam. There will be khandas to it. And therefore, now the question comes as how come Tattvamasi also, by the virtue that it is the Vakyam, a statement, it will also not have the capacity to deliver or show you that it is Akhandam. So now your Atma is Akhanda is one thing. Okay. So there are two things that, first of all, you'll have to prove that Atma is Akhandam. And then this Vakyam also has the capacity to show you, bring you to this, that what is Akhandam. And do you see these two difficulties? There are two. One is, how come this Atma is Akhanda? And then, why would this Atma not be called as Akhandam? Because Khanda means part, and that part, division, separate is separate, to segregate, to separate. So now there is a separate part because there is Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata, Bheda. What are the differences because of which something becomes different? And that is Sajatiya Bheda, Vijatiya. Were you there when we did this? Sajatiya Bheda, Vijatiya Bheda, and Swagata Bheda. Bheda means a difference. The difference which is there between the two entities of the same species. Sajatiya Bheda. So there is a coconut tree and there is a mango tree and there is a fig tree. And all of these three, though belong to the species of trees, are totally different.
Same example.
Sajatiya, Sajatiya Bheda. Why just that much? Go to anything. You have Caucasians, you have Africans, you have Asians. Huh? So look at that whole thing. You have Mongolians. Huh? So you have different between just one human as Jati. You have so many. Huh? Sajatiya Bheda. Then there is, so between the two different entities of the same species. Huh. Then there is Vijatiya Bheda, two different species altogether. So there is a dog and there is a cow, and therefore there are two different. By what? What is it that is making the difference is they belong to different jatis. So within the breed of a dog, then you could have an Alsatian or a Pomeranian or some dog or something like that. You see. Then there is Swagata Bheda. So within your own body, you have hands and legs and kidneys and liver and heart and brain and nose and eyes and so on and so forth. So you can do everything can be referred to with just one word, I. And this is me. Yet the kidney is not the liver is not the heart is everything has got a different function and a different uh, function, name, appearance, everything is different. And so now we find that there are these three things because of which difference can be there. Sajatiya, Vijatiya, and Swagata Bheda. So now if you want to say that Atma is one Akhanda, then what is that? That you will have to show, and that is that the Sajatiya Bheda, Vijatiya Bheda, Swagata Bheda doesn't exist in Atma, is not applicable there. So this Bheda does not become applicable, and therefore there is no line which can divide and say Atma is this and Atma is not that. So thus, Shrinu. So last time we did see, and an example of Akasha, the space was provided to us. Akasha eka eva upadibhedena mahakasha meghakasha katakasha taktajala pratibimbakasha iti cha bhedena yatha pratiyate tha mayopadikena मायोपाधिना एकमेव चैतन्यं ब्रह्मे ईश्वरः इति अविद्योपाधिना कूटस्थः इति जीवः इति च केवलं क्रियते. Just as one space is there, and that space, because of different conditionings, there are conditions. When conditions are applied, the space, though is one infinite, is going to appear as space of this room. Or so he uses a different example because we want to carry on with that. So you see four divisions of Akasha. How? Mahakasha, the great space in which all this cosmos is hanging, suspended. This Mahakasha. Meghakasha, that space which is occupied by the cloud. Meghakasha. Ghatakasha. So there is space in the pot. Space in the pot. And then there is water in the pot. And so also there is space, the sky reflected in the pot, in that water of the pot. So Ghata Jala Pratibimba Akasha. So how many Akashas have you found? So you have found four Akashas in total. Mahakasha, Meghakasha, Ghatakasha, Jala Pratibimba Akasha. Jala Pratibimba Akasha means in the water. Jale Pratibimbitam Akasham, Jala Pratibimba Akasha. Okay? So you have these four. Iti Bhedena Yatha Patiyate. Now you cannot say the pot space is Meghakasha. You cannot say pot space is Mahakasha because aeroplanes fly in Mahakasha, not in the pot. So you cannot say that. So Mahakasha, Ghatakasha, you are going to see as different. The Ghataka, Jala Pratvimbakasha, Jala Pratvimbakasha is there, in which the whole constellation can be seen in the small little bucket or a small little pot. But can the whole constellation be accommodated in a pot? What are you saying, sir? But now it is seen, and therefore you'll have to buy this fact that is presented and your experience. Now you are going to say that yes, we are seeing the four divisions of Akasha as Mahakasha, Ghatakasha, Mahakasha, Meghakasha. भूल गए सब लोग.
Ghatakasha.
No. Mahakasha,
Ghatakasha,
Ghatakasha, Jala Pratibimba.
Jala Pratibimba Akasha.
Very good. Jala Pratibimba Akasha. 80. But sir, how that space is one, then how has it got divided and become four? So now here it is because of the upadhi, because of the condition. If there is no condition of the pot, will there be Ghatakasha? If there is no condition of the Megha means the cloud, will there be anything called as, will you be able to say that there is Meghakasha? If there is no Ghata, will you be able to say there is Ghatakasha? No, sir. Or even if there is no water in the Ghata, will there be Jalapratibimbha Akasha? So now you see all these divisions are become applicable because of some conditioning. If there is a pot, there is pot space. So if means a condition, isn't it? Whenever you want to say, if you have good money, I will marry you. It means it is condition. So that if as a clause means what? Application of a condition. So there is a condition over here. If you love me till the end of time, I will marry you. What end of time? Then one day he should look here, my ghadi has stopped working. End of time. What? So now you have these three things. Everything is there because of if and but. So there is conditions applied, so there are conditions. Okay. Now let's think. If there is no Megha or there is no pot, is there a point in calling the Akasha as Mahakasha? So even when you are calling that Akasha as Mahakasha, is because of the presence of if the cloud in the pot is there. Akasha is otherwise Akasha. Like that. Tatha evam, just like that. Maya upadhina ekam chaitanyam. Because of this upadhi of Maya, that one chaitanyam alone is called as Brahma Chaitanya and then Ishvara Chaitanya. And you understand what is between that Ishvara Chaitanya and Brahma Chaitanya. What is it? One is the Vachyartha and the other one is Lakshartha. Implied meaning and the immediate meaning. Immediate meaning means when a word is spoken, it delivers its meaning. And when you have to work on a word to understand its meaning, it becomes implied meaning. Okay. So now somebody in Indian language is saying, Kamal, Kamal Lao. You understand, oh, maybe he is asking for a lotus. Then you understand. Kamal means, he actually means somebody from BJP. Then that becomes implied meaning. Okay. You remember that there was once upon a time, during Rajiv Gandhi's time, there was a big, chaos in the parliament because somebody said, Rajiv कीचड़ में उगता है. So they said, how do you say Rajiv or कीचड़? कीचड़ means muck. You remember, Bhaskar, that once there was, then they said, oh, we are not saying Rajiv Gandhi. No, we are saying lotus. The meaning of word Rajiv is lotus. Who's saying Rajiv? So we are not wrong if we said that. Rajiv teacher mein hai. So you can use, but then that means that there is one immediate meaning of the word, and then in the reference to context, then the word also becomes meaningful. Okay, like that Saindhava Manaya. Na Saindhavam. You heard Sindhu Desha. Something coming from Sindhu Desha is called Saindhava. So even today also you get this salt from that Saindhava you call it is Saindhava. Okay. And then they used to bring the horses from there to sell. They were sturdy, fast horses, swift horses. And that was also called Saindhava. That horses, Saindhava. Now somebody who is sitting over there for dinner and he says, Saindhava Manaya. Now what? You are going to bring a horse to him, and then he who is already, wearing his shoes, his everything and all is ready, belt and all tied. He's standing out. Saindhava Manaya. No. So the context also is gives you that it allows you to understand the word. So this Akash, because of a upadhi, becomes manifold. Like that over here also, because of this Maya upadhi, one Chaitanyam, this consciousness alone, is called as Brahma Chaitanyam as well as Ishvara Chaitanya. Then because of avidya upadhi, is called as Jiva and Kutastha Chaitanya. Iti pratiyate evam vicharyamane sajatiyo bhedam nasti. Thus, if you are now going to look at this way, at consciousness, okay? Now when you say I am, now whatever you may add next to it is because of condition. I am a man. What? Because of this body. I am good because of some action. I am holy because of your belief. I am profane because somebody told you. You see, so there is a cause, isn't it? Condition. So Ahamasmi is seen with all these things. All right. So Sajatiya Bhedaha Nasti. Why is there no Sajatiya Bheda? Because Chaitanyam is one, and all these four Vedas of the Chaitanya only. So Chaitanya A, Chaitanya B, Chaitanya C, and Chaitanya D. Chaitanya A is Brahma Chaitanya. So maybe one Chaitanya alone has become this. But then this Sajatiya Bheda, one is not there. So there are four types of Chaitanya nahi. Chaitanya itself, one Chaitanya is seen as four. It will be called as Sajatiya Bhed if there are four dogs of four different species. What do they call? Breeds. Species is one. Whatever the dogs are called. What are they called? Biological name. Nobody of us knows. Very good. Carbon.
You're talking about the breed or the biological?
Biological name of the species.
Why there's no Homo sapiens?
Then four types of dogs. There is one very irritating small thing. Keeps on barking. Chihuahua. Huh? Have you ever noticed? Smaller they are all the time irritated. Could be, it's possible that it is,
All species.
this is applicable. More you find yourself as small, limited, you are irritated. You have a complaint against something. So what happens is over here, the Brahma Chaitanya is one type of Chaitanyam, then Ishvara Chaitanyam is another type of Chaitanyam, Udastha Chaitanyam is one type, third type of Chaitanyam is Jiva Chaitanya. So there are four Chaitanyas, so there is Swagata Bheda. Chaitanya Jati is one. So they said, no, it is not Jati. So there is no Chaitanya Jati. Chaitanyam is one and appears four because of conditions. Okay, because of conditions. So that which is appearing like that because of a condition, is it true? And that's why it becomes an appearance. So Sajatiya Bhedo Nasti Yatha Akashe. Sajatiya Bhedo Nasti. Vijatiya Bhedaha Katham Nasti Chet. We have done this, all right. Vijati, you have done that. चलो फिर भी सुन लो, दोबारा सुनने से कोई पाप तो नहीं लगेगा, पक्का ही हो जाएगा. Vijatiya Bhedaha Nasti. Now, where do you think the Vijatiya Bheda becomes applicable? So one Jati is Atma. Then what will be the other Jati? Anatma. One Jati, if there is one entity called as I, then what will be the other? That what is not I? You, he, she, they. It will become not I. So you, she, they, he, it, everything, singular, plural, everything can be brought in one category, and that is not I. So Atma and Anatma, there are these two, and therefore there is Vijatiya Bheda in Atma. Because Atma cannot be called as Anatma. Anatma cannot be called as Atma. There is irreversible positions and non-exchangeable positions. And so, vijatiya bhedaha katham nasti. You are saying, shrunu, listen. Now, so therefore, there is no actual atma anatma bheda or viveka. Huh? Though we are going to see and say what there is viveka is of atma and anatma. Are you finding it difficult? Come on the other side. Yeah, yeah. So if you want to tuck, sometimes you can tuck down. Then vijatiya bheda katham nasti. Two things, because every experience basically consists of only just these two, aham and that what is anaham, and there is nothing more. These are the last two elements. Okay, and everything is just only these two, aham and anaham. Every experience is nothing but just this much. These two polarities, aham and anaham. So now he says, understand what is the question, and this is the reply to that question. Katham nasti. Shrunu, by Shrunu, reply is given. Rajjum vinayatha sarvo nasti, akasham vinayatha thamalinyam nasti, evam atmanam vina anatmapi nasti. What has allowed you to say this is anatma? Because this is I, then naturally there is another point, and that is not I. Okay? Hai. So the basic is aham, and from there the next point comes, that is anaham. So the first experience is ahamasmi, and then is the experience the world is. Then where am I? I am in Rishikesh, I am in Jaipur, all these things will come later. So Rajjum vinayatha sarpo nasti. Just as in case of Rajju Sarpa, you heard this, the snake on the rope, the experience of erroneous understanding. You erroneously understood rope as a serpent, sarpaha. Okay. Now the question is that rope the serpent? If rope is the serpent, then the rope also should be able to bite you. So rope cannot be called a serpent. Okay. So there is a difference between rope and a snake. But in this case, that what is rope, you are calling it a snake. Or if to put it different way, that you are experiencing it as snake. And so there goes one more important thing, and that is, just because something is experienced does not mean it is real. Because you can experience something, and that can also be an error. So this big claim that because I have experienced is real has got no meaning. So whether your experience is valid or not has a different, what do they call, nikash. Nikash means parameter. There will be a different parameter to understand whether that experience is valid or it is invalid. So just because it is experienced, don't keep on jumping like a clown. Oh, I have experienced, you have experienced a lot of things. That's great. But we are not interested. We want to know whether it is valid or not. तो क्या है? And then I can keep saying that, these fairies and angels keep coming to me every night. Now, what this fellow is, it is his experience. But he is, in a way, some mental case. Why just fairies and there can be even many more things that can come to him. Ah,
So how can we validate that? What are those parameters?
they're different. Not now. You will go. I mean, it is all. uh, So what happens is this. So Rajjum vina yatha sarpo nasti. So now between the Rajju and Sarpa, what you find is that though the Sarpa, that Rajju is not the Sarpa, Rajju means Rasi, that the Rajju, the rope is not the serpent, yet there is something strange about these two things, and that is that one of them is dependent on the other. So, now to put it simply, if the rope wasn't lying there, would you even misunderstand? Would you have misunderstanding of a snake? If, no. And therefore, what is the basic prerequisite for you even to experience that snake? That the rope should be existing, isn't it? So rope is not dependent, the existence of rope is not dependent on Sarpa, but the existence of the Sarpa which is seen is actually the existence of the rope. And therefore, without the rope, the snake does not have any existence. Which snake? This snake, Rajju Sarpa we are talking. Don't think about every other snake. So this Rajju Sarpa does not have any existence apart from the rope. And therefore, rope is real and the snake is an appearance. Why? Because now you have concluded that which does not have an independent existence is an appearance, and that which has independent existence is real. Okay? From this, you have concluded Rajjum vina yatha sarpo nasti. So, where are we taking this whole discussion to? To understand that there is no vijatiya bheda. There is no vijatiya bheda. Rajjum vina yatha sarpo nasti. Akasham vina talamalinyam nasti. Okay? Hey, that what you are seeing as an inverted pan on the top of your head, you look at the sky, it looks like a inverted kadhai, kata. Or even it looks murky. Why? Because if there is no akash, there is no question of even having that experience. And therefore, that tala and malinyam is seen because of space. Evam atmanam vina anatma vinasti. Thus, other than this consciousness, there is nothing. Without this aham, there is no anaham also. So Atma alone is appearing as anatma. This whole world that which you are seeing spread around you, wherein you have these categories, some of them are mine and some of them are not mine. Aham mama. And that, and in that mama also, that mama, mamakaha, and then that another mama is mama shatravaha. Over that shatru also is mama shatru. So evam atmanam vina anatma api nasti. One step further, adhishthanam vina aropitam sarvam mithyaiva. Without the adhishthanam, if the gold, which is the substratum of every ornament, is not there, will there be a earring, a necklace, a crown, or whatever, bracelet, bangle, will there be anything? So, adhishthanam vina, and therefore, all these names and forms, the necklace, the crown, the earring, the bangle, the bracelet, all of these are appearances on the world. They come and they go. So, if you have 20 grams of gold, you can make a 20-gram bracelet or a 20-gram chain. जंजीर बना के पहन सकते हो, but gold remains gold, whether it is appearing as a chain or whether it is appearing as a bracelet, isn't it? So adhishthanam vina aropitam sarvam mithya. It is only an appearance and mithyana. So you have brought a new word, sir. If you are bringing a new word, then what happens is that you will have to define the word. Otherwise, just don't leave us with a word, because words are empty shells if they don't carry meaning to you. If the word is not able to deliver the meaning, that word is empty. Awaaz hai keval, it is noise. And therefore, if there is no meaning, nothing that you have to really say, but you are using words, no matter how bombastic those words are, yet it will all be only noise. अरे भाई तुमको कुछ कहना ही नहीं है, तुम बस यहाँ पे शोर मचा रहे हो, हल्ला कर रहे हो, और कुछ नहीं है. You see. You see. So, if you are using a new word, what word has he brought in? Mithya. And might as well now explain that word. That if you are bringing a word, that means it is your responsibility to tell the meaning of that word. Mithyanam. Now, remember, over here, when he is using this word mithya and the examples that he is giving, not all acharyas are of the same line of thought, but we have to understand in the tradition of Vedanta, even this is also there. One line of thought. Remember this. And so it is not that he is right or they are right. From this perspective, it is right. And what is that perspective? Let us see. The thing is, Mithyanama, Vandhyaputra, Shashavishanadivat, Kalatrayepi, Avidyamanam. In this whole sentence, the last portion of the sentence is what goes over there as a definition of Mithya. In one part of the definition of Mithya. Okay, what is that? Kalatrayepi avidyamanam. That what is non-existent in all the three periods of time. Kalatrayepi avidyamanam. What is it that you have which is not existent in three periods of time? What is it? So we say there. He gives an example. Shashavishana. Vishana means the horns. Shasha means a rabbit. Horns of a rabbit. A rhinoceros will have a horn. A buffalo will have a horn. A deer may have a horn. Cows will have a horn. But sir, a rabbit. Kalatrayepi nasti. Shashavishana. Vandhyaputra. Vandhya means a barren woman. Putra means a son. If she was to have a son, why would she be called a barren? So Vandhyaputra. Vandhyaputra Shashavishanadivat Kalatrayepi Avidyamanam. How is this Vandhyaputra, that person? He is Vandhyaputra. Kalatrayepi Avidyamanam. Shashavishana Kalatrayepi Avidyamanam. So all these things. So that which is not non-existent in all the three periods of time is called as Mithya. Okay. And what is he calling as mithya? That what is aropitam. Now, when you are going to say aropitam, now I'm taking you on a little longer journey to this word, and then we will come back to this step, this line of Laghuvasudeva. Now, over here, that which is aropitam, the sarpa. So you see the sarpa, and then what do you say? Sarpo asti. Asti shabdena, by that word asti, are you not admitting it is existing? Vidyamanam, you have admitted that it is asti. Which, when is it there? Avidya kale. In the time when you were ignorant about the fact that it is a rope. Avidya kale. Avidya means ignorance. But was not there an element of its, you admitted its existence in some kala, and that what is aropitam, superimposed, an appearance, was it not there in one period? Though it was, you are saying in one period, but really speaking, is the rope the snake? Was the rope the snake? Will the rope be the snake? So in a way, in all the three periods of time, the snake was never there. In all the three periods of time, the snake was never there. And this is the only amsha which he uses to say what is mithya. Okay? That is, so kalatrayepi avidyamanam. What is kalatrayepi avidyamanam? Anatmavastu. That which is not I. And that's why the thing is that the meaning of word I that you have is grossly mistaken. And because of which now there is bhayam. Bhayam is from what? From that what is not I. Bhayam will be always there. Insecurity, bhayam is there from that what is not I. And that's why the Upanishad says, Dvitiyadvai bhayam bhavati. When there is no I, then where is the question of even bhayam? And that's why he who realizes, that's why Ashtavakra tells him, Om Janaga, Abhayam vai praptosi. Indeed, you have attained Abhayam. And that's why the word Abhayam is the name of Paramatma. It is not some quality. Abhayam means I am not afraid of anyone. I can pull out a sword and knife and go running behind anybody on the road. That you have to do, run with swords to kill people because you feel that they are not accepting me or my opinion. Now, whatever is your opinion about God, just because you have found somebody not accepting, then you say you have no right to live. What is this? The whole thing that it is, even your devotion and your loyalty to your God is nothing but your insecurity. Otherwise, why would you want to kill somebody just because somebody doesn't believe in the God that you have? It is nothing but insecurity, which is delivered to us in glorified insecurity. क्या है इसमें? क्या है इसमें? And so now anatmanaha parmarthatoh avidyamanatvad atmano vijatiya bhedo nasti. And because of this fact that what is anatma is a superimposition. The whole thing has gone before. Is superimposition, and therefore that what is superimposed is kalatrayepi avidyamanam. Then what is vidyamanam? Adhishtanam is vidyamanam. What is that adhishtanam? Atma. And therefore for Atma there is no contender. There is no contender. There is no rival over here. And so, Paramarthataha Vidyamanatvad, in reality, this Anatma Vastu is not there, and therefore Vijatiya Bhedopi Nasti. Because what was the Vijatiya Vastu? Anatma. And what is the status of Anatma? Mithya. What is Mithya? Kalatrayepi Avidyamanam. And so Vijatiya Bhedo Nasti. Where have we begun? We have begun from this point that Sajatiya Vijatiya Bheda Rahitaha. This is how Atma is, and therefore Atma is Akhandavastu. And therefore that Vakyam which is now able to show you this Atma also becomes the Vakyam which shows that Akhandavastu. Correct? So what is the meaning of that word Vakyam? Akhandartha becomes Akhandartha. And so that Vahakyam is meaningful. You understand? Swagata Bhedaha Katham Nasti. How come do you say that Swagata Bheda is not there? Sajatiya Bheda is not there was told to you through the example of Akasha. Vijatiya Bhedo Nasti is shown to you through the example of Rajju Sarpa. Now we are going to see the Swagata Bheda. Beyond these three Bhedas, there is no line of division. These are the only lines of division. Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata Bhed. So, Swagata Bhedaha katham nasti iti ched. If this is your question, Shrunu, listen. Listen means pay attention. Don't let your mind wander away. Atma Sakshi Kutastha Parmarthikaha Prajnam Brahma Sa Chid Ananda Nitya Eka Paripurna Ityadi Vidhivakyani Vidhivakya Namani Cha. Now, something can be told in two ways. Okay? Something can be told in two ways. So now look at that. When I'm going to say, this is a pen, I have said. In another way, I can say this is not a pencil. Correct? So when I've said this is a pen, this is a positive affirmation about this object. So the sentence is positive. Then by negating, this is not a pencil, I can still show you this object. Correct? So there are two ways. One is called as the vidhivakyam, vidhakyam, and then the other one is nishedhavakyam. Okay? So this Atma also, the Upanishad employs both the ways to show Atma. Okay? So how is the various words over here now? And they have their own implication why these words are used. That also we will see. But we have seen a lot even before. Atma, Sakshi, Kutastha. Kutastha means unchanging, unmodifying. Aham has never ever changed. If aham changes, will become anaham. But do you have the experience of aham becoming anaham ever? Body may change, like you had a body of an infant and now that you are that of an adult. Where is the change? In aham or in body? Previously, Swamiji, I was an innocent person. Now, after seeing the world and these people, I says, now I know how to give tit for tat. Now I have become street smart. I was very simple than before. But what has changed? I has changed, or your intelligence has become street smart, or whatever smart. So you see, what changes is not I, and therefore that which is like that is called as kutastha. It means kutastha, changeless. But Swamiji, we need change now. But all changes are meant for what? To reach that what is changeless. Now, you want to change this paristhiti, this situation. Let us say your situation is that Swamiji, I will have money. Then what do you want to change it to? I want money, more money. And then you want to change that to less money. You are going to say, no, Swamiji, money. So you finally want that what is unchanging, you see. So though, even through the demand of change, what are you wanting? तुम्हारी असली इच्छा क्या है? That what is changeless. So even through all these Laukik desires also, what you are desiring is Paramatma. और कुछ नहीं. Apparently, I desire money, I desire women, I desire popular, I desire whatever you may have several desires. But ultimately, what? In reality, you are seeking Paramatma, nothing else. बस तुम जानते नहीं. महाराज जी की एक मेरा महाराज जी का एक वाक्य था. महाराज जी बोले, यहाँ अभक्त कोई नहीं. यहाँ क्योंकि सभी लोग परमात्मा को ही चाह रहे हैं. कोई जानता है, कोई नहीं जानता, बस इतना ही है अंतर. यहाँ अभक्त कोई नहीं. इसलिए गोस्वामी जी का रावण हो कि और विभीषण हो कि और कोई हो, सबके सब राम को जानते हैं. रावण के सामने यही समस्या. रावण को कहा, तुम देखते नहीं हो कि ये कौन है? तो कहता है कि मैं जानता हूं, लेकिन मैं तुम लोगों जैसा प्रेम नहीं कर सकता. इसके साथ अगर मुझे अपना मन लगाना है तो दुश्मनी ही करनी पड़ेगी. तो दुश्मनी भी किस लिए? ताकि भगवान का संग मिले. इसलिए कोई यहाँ अब ऐसे गोस्वामी जी के, परंतु बात यही है. दिस इज ट्रू. कूटस्थः पारमार्थिकः, दैट व्हाट इज रियल. पारमार्थिकः प्राज्ञः ब्रह्म स चेदानंद नित्य एकः परिपूर्णः. All these vakyas are how? Vidhi vakyas. Positive. Okay. Then there are asthulam. There is a negative prefix to it. Sthulam is the word. The negative prefix is with that it becomes asthulam. That which is not sthula. Sthula means gross. Gross means that which is perceived through the senses. That which is perceived through senses becomes sthulam. So that which is asthulam, ananuhu, that which is not small. Why? Because all pervasive. अणु means अरे भाई कहाँ गया ढूंढो, खुर्दबीन दूरबीन लेकर के ढूंढो. Then ananu advaitaha. Even this vakyam is also nisheda vakyam. Advaitam, achintyam. You cannot conceptualize. Achintyam, avikari. Avikari again brings you to that. Avikara means modification. Like milk becomes curd. So ये दूध का विकार है दही. When the milk curdles, it becomes yogurt. So like that, avikari, this Atma is not going to curdle. Sarta nahi hai. Avikari, avinashi. Vinash means destruction. Avinashi means indestructible. So Avinashi, Akarta, Akarayita. Karta means the primary doer. I murder, primary. Then I make him murder. So the primary doer is that other fellow, but I am the inspiration. Instigator. The secondary doer means actually instigator. So this Atma is not even the primary doer or the secondary doer. So Kartrutvam in any form is not there. So Akaraita iti nishedhavakya namani. Now even both these types of sentences and words, which positive and nishedha. That nishedha means those sentences which are what? Prohibition. यहाँ मद्यपान मना है, prohibition. Prohibition. निषेधवाक्य नामानि च एकस्मिन् निर्विशेषात्मस्वरूप प्रकाशने एव तात्पर्यवन्ति. Now all these vakyas, all these padas, vakya namani, vakyas and namas, where do they, what is it that they finally deliver? Because of whether it is a vakyam or a pada, it has to deliver you the meaning. What is it that it finally delivers? Nirvishesha prakashane eva tatparyavanti. They really become charitartham, meaningful, where in illumining for you the nature of the self as nirvishesh, without any qualifications. Nirvishesh. निर्विशेषात्म स्वरूप प्रकाशने एव तात्पर्यवन्ति न तो स्वरूप भेदे. No, Atma is different, Sakshi is different, Asthulam is different, Ananu is different. No, sir. All of them go to mean the same thing. All of them go to mean the same thing. Natu Swarupa Veda, they don't have to, these Vakyas don't have to do any Swarupa Veda. Atmano Nirvish. Why, sir? Because this Atma, Nirvishesha, in order for some difference to be made, that there has to be a Vishesha. When you are going to say rose, but when you will say red rose, it becomes Vishesha. And that is going to distinguish it from the yellow rose and white rose and a pink rose. But when there is no Vishesha, what is it that with which you will make the distinction? So, and therefore, nirvisheshatvat, niramshatvacha, swarupa bhedaha, nasti, which means that swagata bhedaha, nasti. Tasmat swagata bhedo nasti, ityevam jani. Thus, know this, that there is no swagata bheda. Okay? Now, and therefore, now the Atma is one akhanda vastu is known. But how does this Vakyam, Tattvamasi Vakyam or Satchidananda Vakyam, goes to show akhanda vastu? Atma is akhanda, theek hai. But how is it able to show akhanda? Is going to be the next topic. Let's see when we meet tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badaraya Sutra Bhashyatau Vande Bhagavantau Puram Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyat Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha.
Om Shanti Gurubhyo
Namah Parvati Pataye Har
Hara
Har.
Hara Mahadev.
Thank you all. Thank you very much. Hope you people, everybody, also had a great Diwali.